All right, hello everyone. So I've been getting some requests to give a tour of my sidecar, the left side of my kit that features all these different little percussion things. And as you know, I've got the Pandero over here. I mic it from underneath, I tune it very low. I put my knee in it to stretch the head, put it on a carpeted surface and stretch the head, and then I mic it from underneath, like I said, and roll all the high and mid frequencies off and all the lows up. And so it's not going to sound quite as beefy as it does coming through the PA. But I've been using this DAF over here in conjunction with the Pandero and in this tambourine as well. And just coming up with some really interesting different ideas between the three of these. Also recently I switched to a wood beater over here with my beater that's hitting this cowbell, and then I put some soft side Velcro on it. So that's really giving me about exactly what I'm looking for as far as attack, but not too much attack. I was getting too abrasive of a tone with just the wood beater. So now that's nice and clear. And since there are no mics down there, it comes through the house nice. So it's a little loud maybe right here, but through the house it comes out nice. So all this different stuff, you know, I've been using and just trying to get some different ideas. Right? And I've been coming up with some different ideas here too. I'm not quite ready to debut those for prime time, but coming up with some different Brazilian bell patterns over here, and then you know, with the go-go stuff, you've already seen me do all that. Right? But some of the stuff I've really been enjoying is taking that Johnny Vodakovich sticking, right, left, right, left, right, left. You've seen me demonstrate this in some of my lessons, but I've been enjoying splitting that up between some different voices. So Johnny Vodakovich sticking, Garibaldizing it. Right? Which I think might be lesson 12, Academy lesson 12 off the top of my head. But what I've been doing is, what's really cool about that is if you take and you split it up between the Pandero and the cowbell, as you know from that lesson, you get that Geechee right hand pattern. Then you also get the Mardi Gras tambourine and cowbell pattern as well, which is, you know, the cinquillo or the right hand of the George Lawrence Stone stick control number 33. But by setting up all this stuff in the sidecar, I've been able to get to it a lot easier. Right? So what I've been enjoying doing lately is voicing this stuff differently. So right? And then now incorporating the cowbell too. So right? And it's something I came up with the other day. Let me see if I can remember it. But so I think it was something like this. Right? Or something like that. So I'm really enjoying having all these different voices over here, and a lot of what I'm doing is coming from this sticking, which just the left, right, left, right, left, right, right. But then I'm also adding switch triplets to that. Right, so bring that up to speed. And as you can hear, I'm still working through some of this stuff. These are just new ideas that keep coming to me, so I'm sharing them with you now. But, you know, one of the ways I've been using the DAF, right? So, you know, this might seem like a lot of stuff over here, but I find myself using it, and I always wind up working it into a song, and then we wind up playing these songs. So to be honest with you, on this tour, I haven't been using the DAF. I set it up today to give you guys this tour of the sidecar, but I haven't been setting it up because I wasn't using it that much, maybe on a solo. But so we're, you know, always challenged to try to find enough lines, enough channels to run everything. So I decided to give this up and actually put a channel on here because I was using this a lot more. But you guys have been asking me about this, so I want to show you. So, you know, this is a DAF, which is like a 20-inch frame drum, and it's got all these rings under it, so it's got a really cool sound. And it's got this little indentation where you hold it. So I'm using that to kind of give me a little bit of a lean forward by just leaning it into this stand this way. Because this stand, so y'all have been asking me about this too. So what I did was I completely engineered this stand. So this is a 7,000 bottom, and this is a 6,000 bottom. That what we did was we took the what would be this part of it, I guess you would call that the receptor, and I just took it off, and it comes off. It's got an Allen wrench, and we just wiggled it off, and then put it this way, and I actually put the DAF on there, and then measured it out, and I needed to saw off about an inch right here off this leg, and so that gave me a little bit, that made it so that now I can fit it in here and fit it in with this little indentation, and then it fits. Whoops, I just pulled off the foot. That rarely ever happens, but of course it's gonna happen right now. But it's easy enough to put back on. So what happens is you get a nice snug fit, right? And this is completely improvised, this stand, but it totally works. And you know, I've been using this too with brushes. So I'll do it with brushes, and it sounds really kind of cool. And you know, if I wanted to, I could play my left side of this. So yeah, so I still travel with this, but I haven't been setting it up lately. I've made some room for some other things. I kind of added these bells on this tour. Also, I switched over to a DB90 metronome. I've been seeing you guys asking me some questions about this metronome, and I do use it over here. It goes into my in-ears, and it's only me hearing it, so I can use it to count off tunes. Sometimes I'll let it go through the whole tune, sometimes I'll cut it off, but it really helps me achieve a consistency with the tempos every night. So I know that the tempos, sometimes me and Robert will look at each other and like, man, that feels slow tonight, right? And we're like, yeah. I'm like, but it's totally the same tempo that we've been playing it at. So, you know, you can, as a human, feel tempos different ways, different times, depending on your adrenaline and the excitement of what's going on. So you can hear somebody's phones going off and radios are going off. As always, keeping this super guerrilla style. So that's the tour of my sidecar, and that's what I'm doing over here. So hope you guys enjoy that little tour. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all in the forum. Thanks.